activity platform that we would like to share with you in the presentation deck, could you please run the presentation, is that this is a completely different concept where last 8 to 10 years, we have been working very, very closely with the street animals of Bangalore. And that's what actually provoked us to start Global Pet Consulting. Global Pet Consulting is a platform where under one platform we have the entire technology piece built up, right from teleconsultation, video consultation of the doctors, because we have found that many pet parents really cannot come up to the hospitals. And from there, the journey happens when we actually saw that whosoever can come up to the hospitals, the Olas and Ubers do not allow the pets to get into the cabs. So that's where the Global Pet Consulting cabs came into place. Can I have a doc? Thanks. And eventually, whosoever wants to avail the pet cab concept, so we have pet cabs running around Bangalore as I speak. We are the most preferred pet cab service providers in Bangalore. And eventually, the scale up proposition is for the hospital. So a very simple platform where if pet needs e-consultation, I'm a ex-Apollo and ex-Columbia hospital. So I have a strong stint of the hospital leadership background. So e-consultation comes into place for the pets, for people who do not want to take the pets on a serious note, unless it's very, very technically serious in terms of surgical requirements. Followed by, if a taxi is required, the taxi comes, which is again the part of the whole ecosystem of ours. Grooming, pet food, everything comes under the technological shipment of the whole story. Now the whole pie of the story would be the hospitals. If you really think back 1965, 70s, there were very, very less good human hospitals present. And if you see today, you have Fortis, Max, Medanta, Apollos, Columbatias, etc. Now with this, we have seen that in India, there's a huge number of rise of pet parents all across, but unfortunately the pet ecosystem in healthcare is yet to evolve. So from working more from the street animal perspective, so that is the ecosystem that we want to build into. Pet taxi, we already have. E-consultation, we have initiated. Health record management is already with us on the clouds. This is the segment that we want to get into once we get into the funding part of it, and in the whole ecosystem, 90% of the story would be governed by the pet health management from this presentation perspective. I mentioned a while ago that we are already the most preferred pet service providers. So when I say so, if you do a quick dipstick amongst any of your friends or relatives who have ever availed pet taxi services in the last 4-5 months, maybe they would know our names pretty well. We have regular customers of ours. We would be happy to share with the investors. We don't have many customers, unlike when people say that they have loads of customers. We don't have that, but the tractions are growing. These are all factual numbers, which are all booked into. These are some of the reviews that is all in the website. We would be happy to share the customer details, contact numbers, their geosat locations, etc., for the genuinity of the statements. We have been covered by more than 100 publications in the last 100 days, including Your Story, Times Group, Economic Times, for the kind of work that we are doing in Bangalore, along with the Principal Secretary of the State, as well as the Chief Minister of the State. So the prime TAM that we find is close to 300 crores, and we intend to touch close to 700 odd crores as we move ahead. In year one, the setup would scale up to close to 51 crores, and this 51 crores would be, I am speaking all in INR and nothing in US dollars. This 51 crores would be primarily positioned from the hospital piece, which I said the 90% would be a hospital contribution. Now, this is exactly what I explained a while ago: pet taxi followed by e-consultation, hospital, so on and so forth. So this would provide a complete ecosystem of healthy pet management. A small snip of GPC. I'll not read through the details. If you just go to google.com and type my name as Dr. Sujit Paul, enter, enough data and information is there. Rosie is there with me, who have been working with deprived animals in details very, very strongly all across. Shelly, ex-Intel, primarily handling the technology part of the whole GPC perspective. So that's it. I just wanted to stay on time. That's why I was rushing through. Thank you. Any questions? I'll be happy to take.
I have three questions. One is how many taxis you have in Bangalore?
We have three, hatchback, sedan, and SUV. All our own, not
Number.
three taxis.
Only three taxis.
Yes.
Okay,
We
what
cannot afford more at this point of time.
Okay, great. So you are having your own taxi, so you are not tying up with anyone.
No aggregator model.
No aggregator. So you are having your own taxi.
Yes.
Okay. And what about Pan India? Only
Pan India, we have not rolled out yet. The next phase of rollout would be either in Delhi or Bombay that we are piloting now.
Okay. Second, you spoke about Rosie.
Yes.
We understand your profile. You spoke about Rosie.
Yes.
What is Rosie's background? Is she tied up with Kupa or anyone?
Okay. Coupa is a customer of ours. Ally is a customer of ours. So that's why I am proud to.
See, you are trying to build traction. You are trying to catch on stray dogs.
No.
Stray animals.
No, that's one part of it. But our whole proposition would be setting up hospitals like Cessna. So that's the whole proposition. You don't have, you have only two Cessnas here. One in Electronic City, one in Bengaluru. You don't have.
Last question. What is the revenue model?
Okay, that's exactly what I told thrice. My revenue model would focus on the hospital revenue.
What is your traction? If you can just define that.
Right.
What is the revenue model?
So the revenue model would be right from the entire hospital ticket management, of right from surgical and non-surgical, that would eventually evolve into a revenue model. I have a complete deck sheet on revenue models, but for the paucity of time, I have not discussed on that.
How many hospitals are there in Bangalore?
At this point of time, though they are innumerable, but those are not hospital per se, but kind of there would be 8.
What is the number?
8.
Thank you so much.
Sorry.
You mentioned about some point of time you go to Delhi.
Yes, yes, yes. Gurgaon, yes.
So what do you think? What is it when you decide to go out of Bangalore?
Right. So in year 1, we wanted to consolidate with 2 hospitals in Bangalore. In Whitefield, we have 1 hospital of ILS, and in Domlu, there's Cessna, we have a couple of keepers. So in year 1, we want to set up 2 hospitals in Bangalore. We did a dipstick of understanding where the pet parents actually need more healthcare management. So that was the reason for, once we set up 2 hospitals in Bangalore, we moved to Delhi, 2 hospitals, then to Kolkata, 2 hospitals, so that everything has been catered.
So you believe in 2 hospitals, the Bangalore market is exhausted, that's why you go to...
No, no, it's not like that. We believed that a good pet healthcare is required in all the cities. So when I said 2 hospitals in Bangalore, what I meant is in 2 parts of Bangalore.
I understood. So here's the thing. I think, one of the really good models that we have liked recently is CultFit. They experimented with, they didn't go for geographical
No, it was carpet bombing, yeah.
experimented with 10 different formats, but in one geography, so that you could get economies of scale.
Sure.
And we've seen lots of people who expanded ahead of their curve and then lost the...
I think I'll take it as a learning for us. Yes, absolutely. I would take it as a learning for us.
One Dr. Sujit Paul, right?
I will definitely take it as a learning for us, and we'll try to concentrate in Bangalore if required. That's where your knowledge base would definitely come and work for us. Absolutely.
I am also learning a lot.
Absolutely. That's what.
About geofencing, talking about this kind of
True.
trust. This helps. Good idea.
True. Thank you so much.